Good evening and welcome. Tonight, I thought I would do something different for you guys. Instead of my normal scary stories, I thought I would provide some scary pictures and provide background stories for you. I will also provide some investigative work on my end, and I'll let you know if the pictures are actually real or not. That being said, let's get into the scary pictures. This first picture I can't really explain. To me it looks like a creature covered in mud that resembles a demon. The mud demon appears to be holding something, as if it's a child, but there's no way to really be sure. I reverse image searched the picture on the internet. Surprisingly enough, it didn't yield very many results. The results I did find were conspiracy theory websites that were all in Portuguese. The lack of results are somewhat disturbing to me. This either means that the photo is fairly new, or it's an original. Nonetheless, the image is quite disturbing, and I don't quite have the evidence to say whether I think it's real or not. Photo number 2. Cooper falling body. This image is quite popular amongst the paranormal community. The image appears to be of an unsuspecting family, while a ghost appears to be falling from the ceiling. The image appeared back in 2009, and since then, it has been the subject of much scrutiny. Through much investigative work, mainly through other people, there are a couple theories on the photo. The first and most obvious is that it was photoshopped. Despite the photo looking quite vintage, it is possible to Photoshop a photo like this. One of the hints that gives it away is that the family in the photo is uncentered. Another hint is of the ghost itself. It somewhat resembles an inverted ballerina by the way that it's posing. The second and most probable theory of this photo is that the photographer of the photo was waving a doll above the camera to get the attention of the boys. It's definitely possible that part of the doll entered the lens's view. For the most part, most of the internet seems to agree that this photo is indeed a fake. Photo number 3. The Shadow Woman. The first glance of this photo is quite scary. There appears to be a malicious entity standing behind these two children. My first initial thoughts was that it was a demon or maybe a shadow person. This photo first appeared back in July of 2018 on Reddit. For quite a while, the community itself had no explanation for this photograph. In 2019, however, a Redditor was able to identify the image being a snippet from a movie. The movie's title is 13 Asian Horror Stories. You can actually watch the film on YouTube. Needless to say, this photo is indeed a fake. Photo number 4. Moundsville Prison Encounter. This photo is quite old. Many of you have probably seen this image before, but allow for me to share with you what I found on this photo. This photo has been examined by many people, all of which say that it's somewhat legitimate. There are a couple theories on the photo. The first theory of the photograph was that the shadow of the person taking the photo was being projected down the hallway. This doesn't quite make sense, since shadows get bigger the further away the shadow is of the object. Much like if you shine a light behind your hand and see the shadow projected on the wall, it will be bigger than your actual hand. The second theory is that the shadow person is actually a person that just isn't very well illuminated. But as you can see, everything around the shadow person seems to be illuminated. The third and final theory is that the photo is indeed legitimate. Photo number 5. Skinwalker on camera? If you've watched any of my videos before, you've probably realized that I'm a big fan of skinwalkers. Skinwalkers seem to take the form of wolves or coyotes. In this photo, there appears to be a wolf-like creature walking on 2 legs, much like a skinwalker. My first reaction to the photo was quite skeptical. My understanding of skinwalkers is that they're quite quick, so to be able to take a picture would be quite difficult to do, especially while you're driving. The image first surfaced in November of 2019. Since then, there have been quite a bit of opinions on the photo, the majority of them saying that it's fake. I was then guided to the National Cryptid Society webpage. On there, they talked about how unlegitimate this photo was. The first and major point that they made about this skinwalker was that the anatomy was not correct. Wolves' forearms are actually 1 bone, not 2, like in the picture. Because of this, many people think that this is the work of a taxidermist that wanted a viral photo. Another thing to note about the picture is that it's very poor quality, and yet the skinwalker is not blurred. If the creature was actually running, the photo would have been blurred. Despite this photo being initially terrifying, the photograph is indeed a fake, but that doesn't mean that they're not actually out there. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching my video. I hope you've enjoyed it. I thought I'd try something different and new, make things a little more fun for you guys. Do you think I'm wrong about any of the photos? Let me know in the comments down below. Also let me know if you like these kind of videos. I'll make sure to do more if I get good reactions. Thanks again, and I'll see you in the next one.